Welcome, everyone. You are tuning into Engaging Walk. My name is Drake.
And my name is Rubie.
We believe in the power of walking together and talking together.
It's a simple act to stay connected, and movement is key.
This week, we will be discussing love maps.
And how you and your significant other can take that time to make deep connections.
All right, so this week we took an engaging walk over in Fiesta Island.
Mm-hmm.
Fiesta Island is Spanish for party island, and I will tell you what, Fiesta Island is, as the kids say, lit. The people over there were definitely partying. We were not. We were having some fun.
I mean, there's family parties, like families hang out, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, but there was definitely some people having a lot of fun.
For sure.
But anyways, we were just there hanging out with our dog. We were doing some engaging walks, enjoying each other's company, and we just discussed. We reflected on a lot of other things that we've done in our lives, and that brings us to this idea of love maps. So,
well, we talk about it a little bit on the episode 3.
Yep.
Talk about
Episode
Credo.
3 was Credo. Yeah, the Credo special. And do you want to share a little bit more about what a love map is and what it does for people in their relationship?
Sure. So we know that concept or that that term love maps went from Credo, and Credo is like one of the things that the Navy offer for the spouse and the family. So for a love map, it's like you literally write your love story on a piece of paper, and it's like a poster. So it can be a timeline, and it's really up to the spouse and you to create, be creative. So if you look into if you watch us instead of listening to our podcast, you definitely will see our love map at the back and the background. And later on, we will post a picture or a video how we make our love maps. And basically it's telling how did you, it's really where do you want to define your love maps, start and then ending points. For us, we picked at we start dating time stage and then all the way to current, so we didn't stop. And what we use for our love maps instead of a timeline, a lot of people use timeline, but for us was like a circle, because we feel like a circle is never ending, and I feel like our story never ends. So it's still going. So we say and then we think, oh, hold on, our ring have the shapes of a circle, so let's do our wedding ring, which is symbolize for a covenant. And so that's where we start. So we start with dating stage until occurring, and then it's on the circle instead of a straight line.
Yeah, a lot of, like Ruby was saying, a lot of people used when we were at Credo did a timeline, like a traditional timeline, but we were thinking outside the circle and put a circle. So yeah, definitely like how Ruby said. One of the nice things about doing a love map is as you're going through it, you see like how much you and your partner have done.
Yeah,
and
been
sometimes
through, yes.
It could be all like at once. Like for I don't want to get into specifics, but Ruby and I are going through like a lot of new things right now.
Yes.
So many challenges, so
they
many
are exciting.
Administrative things, work things,
all kinds of stuff,
businesses, all that kind of thing. So like a year from now, we could do another love map and just be like, boom, oh man, like July time frame was crazy.
Yeah.
And then you get to see like, okay, yeah, this time we did this time we did that, like, and you get to reflect and
I think
have a piece of art that you both get to create to hang up in your house.
So it's like a huge poster, like a big projects when you do at school. And the fun thing is that during during the activity, we have 15 minutes, and now I get to talk to Drake about, okay, what are the milestones that you want to put it on there, And so it's engaging. I know it's not walking, but it is engaging activity where you get to talk to each other and remind each other that, memory spot, your milestone that you guys get to walk through together in the relationship. And then I don't know, but for me, I feel very, a sweet moment where to look back, wow, this is how far we have gone together. And even like within 2 years spent, and tons of things happen. And it's interesting because I get to hear things that important to him and then things important to me. Now it's very nice and a valuable moment because you get to hear what is it really dear to their hearts, and I feel like that is engaging because you get to know your partner's perspective.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people's love maps is also like the process of going through it,
Yeah.
where like going through that love map, you're gonna find that maybe you forgot some things that were like really like big, or like
Yeah.
Ruby was saying, like you have like these moments where you're like, oh yeah, I didn't know that that meant so much to that person. You can also go through and look back at some of the challenges that you went through in your relationship, and feel like a sense of like accomplishment of getting through those challenges.
Yeah.
So for like a big one for us was me being gone for like 6 to 8 months on a deployment.
It was challenging.
It was very challenging. And then like what we did was within that block, we put like how we ended up staying, how we maintained our connection during that time. So, you know, just so people that maybe aren't familiar, like with what that's like, I was literally gone for pretty much like 8 months. We took about a month where we got to reconnect in Hawaii.
It was not a month. It's like 2 weeks.
It was like 2 weeks in Hawaii. But you know, there's a good 6 month, like 8 month block or 7.5 months where I was gone, and
Yeah.
we're still trying to maintain our connection and maintain our relationship. And the way that we had to do that was old school, like emails, trying to
Mail.
find time to talk on the phone,
Yeah.
which is really difficult, and doing online programs together. So we did define the relationship during that period. We did a lot of like mapping out our relationship and seeing like, okay, what are the things that are going to be coming up for us in the future? What are some things that we would like to do together? What are our relationship goals? But yeah, you can look back on those moments within your love map and say like, wow, like we got through that, or and then like reflect on how you got through that.
Yeah, and I find that like even for us, onto like 2 years spent, we have tons of things that we have in common or like also difference. But imagine that you have more than 10 years or 15 years, 20 years down the road, is a lot, but it's still like it's a beautiful journey or a beautiful activity to sit down and to see like, wow, so many things have been through ups and downs, but we still have to get each other. And I feel like it's really it's a it changed me to be grateful what things we have been through, and end of the day we still have each other and each other back. So I that is something that I love about love maps.
Yeah, I think another really important thing to think about this love maps idea is that once you go through the process of like communicating with your partner, we'll go, okay, we got 15 minutes. What are we going to put on there? You know, yeah, I mean, aside from like the sense of accomplishment and aside from the sense of like going through like the things that have happened and recapping on the milestones and reflection, there's also that aspect of like it's hanging up in your house. So like once you create like the art project
Oh yeah, that's true.
and it's hanging up in your house, you know, I find sometimes when I go through a rough day or like I'm just standing around in the house and or maybe Ruby's not home and I'm looking at the love map and I'm like, "Oh, wow. Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we did that." You know, and especially if you have like a bigger one, like you can really recap and be like, "Oh, you know, that's really interesting. You know, it's really neat that we did all those things together." And yeah, that's like the main idea behind our podcast and our engaging walk in general is maintaining that connection and taking time out of your day to be intentional with the relationship
Yeah.
and to take moments to like go and not just take the relationship for granted and to go on a walk together and to reconnect, talk. One of the aside from like the things that we like to do every at least once a week or so is like when I come home from work, I sit on the couch and then we just kind of just cuddle and connect.
Yeah.
But I think even if your partner's not home or if your partner is away, you can look back at home on your
Could be your
artwork that
wall,
you made together
yeah.
for your love map, and feel a sense of accomplishment and pride, and just connection with your spouse for the things that you've done together.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. I remember that, the first 2 days when, I took it home and because it was in our bedroom. So every time, you're not home. And then that's the first thing I saw because it's opposite the bed. And I saw like, wow, it's very simple art, but it's really nice and it's heart, warming.
I think it
And
also speaks
yeah.
to like how amazing it is to do something together.
Yeah,
Like
it was always nice things to do together.
yeah, like if you listen to the intro and then the outro, we have a song that's playing. And actually, Ruby and I made that song together.
Yeah, we did.
We
It
made,
was fun.
we made that song together, and every time I hear that song, I'm like, oh yeah, that's our engaging walk song. That's
Yeah.
so a little funny story. As most people know, by now probably listen to the podcast. I'm a musician, so Ruby was like, well, we need background music for our podcast, and I was like, yeah, well, I could just make us a song. So instead of doing the podcast that day, I spent like the whole day making the
Yeah,
song.
it's just a song.
And so I got to the point where I did like the guitar parts.
And
I
then
did
the
the bass
bass.
guitar part. I did the acoustic
then-
guitar part. And then I was like, oh, the song needs some keyboard. And Ruby plays the keyboard. And she was like,
He even told me,
yeah.
you're going to sit on the keyboard and produce some music for me. Like, I don't know how to play the keyboard that well. Thank you for the faith in me, but not so sure about it.
But the part that she did come up with a little bit of like,
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah, the
dun,
part
dun.
that she came up with is like, bow, down, no.
Oh, yeah.
No. It's very catchy. And I was super proud of her. I was like, baby, that's a great little melody.
Thank you.
So I told her, I was like, make a melody. Just make a melody. And you were like, I don't know how. And then I put the microphone to her keyboard. Actually, the keyboard is one of the things that kept us connected during the deployment because that was
True.
my
birthday
gift for
gift. Yeah. And that's another story behind the keyboard. I was like almost crying receiving it. I'm not an emotional girl, okay? But when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh. Because I have
She always wanted a keyboard. Yeah, go ahead, tell the story.
I've wanted to have a keyboard for years, but I couldn't get one. And then I never told him that I need a keyboard. Well, I did, right?
I think he just kind of mentioned like, oh, I want to play keyboard, and then
But you never know, like I don't have a keyboard or
no.
okay, yeah, I didn't tell him that I want to buy a keyboard, things like that. And then I didn't ask him to do anything. But then he just, like, oh, I just send you some gift. Make sure that you tell me that you receive it. And then the moment I get home is like the keyboard. I'm like, no way. You have no idea. What does it mean to me? I was crying. So yeah. So yes. It's kind of connect with what I'm trying to say after you sharing the love maps that having that doing anything new or doing the love maps, you get to do the fun thing with your partner. But I'm sure there will be someone the other person's strength and their kind of support. Like for me, if with music, I'm supporting him, but with art, he's supporting me.
Yeah,
so
that's
I remember when we doing the love maps, and then he's like, Ruby, I don't know what to do. I don't know. He's freaking out. I'm like, it's just relax, okay? Just feel it, okay?
Yeah.
And
I
then
can draw stick figures.
so that's what he keeps saying. It's like, it's okay. So, but then, the moment he has ideas at the moment I prompt him the idea. And then the moment that we start, put our hands on the paper, the ideas are coming. I just helping to make it more fancy. And then I say, see, you get to do this. You can do this. And just the same thing that he did it for me with the music. I freaking out. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I freaked out. But he said like, no, it's okay. So guiding each other, step by step with your
Yeah.
strength, doing new things is really engaging. It's really, how do I say, benefit each other or.
Yeah, I think you see your partner in a whole new light after you do something like that together. Just creating things together. I think like the ultimate is creating a child together. You know,
That's another story.
yeah, you literally like you both get fused into one person. It's kind of but that's like the whole
That's all I'm
point.
trying to get to.
It's like you create things together, and through that creation,
Yeah.
whether it be art or music or a DIY project,
DIY. Oh yeah.
yeah, do it yourself project, whatever it is that you decide to do together and create something, it's probably going to be a struggle. It's probably going to be a struggle for a good reason because you're learning each other's strengths and weaknesses. You're learning each other's teamwork.
Hey, but there's communication skills and teamwork and all kinds of good stuff for building your relationship.
Yeah, but once you get through it, like you said, like Ruby said, your relationship is going to be improved, and then that thing that you did together will always be there,
Yeah.
or maybe not always, but it will be there for some time.
Yeah, but if you don't like it, guess what? You get to do it again.
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
is important to do love maps every now and then, like maybe next year we
yeah.
can do another one
Yeah,
and
we
add
can.
to the one that we've got here.
And then maybe throughout the year, if you see something like, they consider as a milestone, draw it in. I think we can add it some more in on our love maps because we have some ups and downs throughout the year. Okay, so so we love the love maps, and we definitely encourage you to do the love maps with your, the spouse. Of course, you cannot walk and do the love maps,
Yeah.
but maybe you
Maybe
can
go on the engaging walk, talk about the things that you'd like to put on there.
okay, and then going home maybe for setting out like 15 minutes, and then draw a love maps and then put it on the wall.
Yeah, yeah. And like Ruby said, well, check it out on YouTube. We have this episode posted on YouTube with some video, and if you guys like, we could put a photo of our love map on our website.
I think we would do the videos for it.
We'll
so
just
that
do
they
the
have it
video.
easier.
Within the video, just check it out and let us know what you guys think. If you see this video on YouTube, link to us some of your love maps or things that you guys put on there.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. And then you know what? That can be an idea for a date night.
Yeah, good date night.
Create love maps with your loved one.
Yeah.
There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah, or if on Facebook, find us on Facebook. That's probably be the best place to show us pictures of your guys' love maps too.
Sure.
Where of course that's at Engaging Walk, and that's your guys' assignment for today or for this week.
Yep.
Rather, and again, so check us out on Facebook. We got Instagram. All of that you can find on www.engagingwalk.com. And fun fact, I think maybe most people, you know what www stands for?
World Wide Web.
Yeah, World Wide Web. It's easier to say World Wide Web than it is to say www.
No way.
Yeah, because it's fewer syllables. www is 9, and then World Wide Web is 3.
But World Wide Web is more tongue twister to me.
It is a bit of a tongue twister, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, you can check us out on engagingwalk.com. That's our website. We got like all the links on there that you can that you'll ever need to find for us. We're on Spotify, Apple, wherever you guys are listening. Please let us know what you guys think of each of the episodes.
And don't forget to rate us if that
Yeah.
platform has a rating.
Yeah, I think like Spotify has one. It's got like stars or whatnot. Give us a rating. Let us know what you guys think. And if you have anything that you'd like for us to cover in future episodes, we are all ears. Mine are covered by headphones right now, but once I take the headphones off, I will be all ears, and we will we'll do we'll do our best to do an episode as long as it's like something that we know what we've been talking about.
And again, we appreciate your time, taking moments with us throughout the week. And we appreciate that. And thank you so much for listening to us. And thank you.
All right. So next week, we will be discussing the concept of understanding your partner's calling and seeing them for who they are. It's this is probably going to be a pretty challenging idea to convey, but I think we'll do a really good job for you guys, because understanding your partner's calling and understanding who they are is really, really important, because one of the things that we don't want to do is manipulate or change our partner.
Yeah, we don't do that. Yes.
We don't do that, and so developing a true understanding for who they are and what their calling is really important.
And then we also share a little bit of, our ups and downs and challengings to stay with that commitment, just to see our partners as who they are.
Yeah, it's definitely not an easy task, but
we can do it.
It's an important one.
Yeah.
So we will cover that next week, and we look forward to seeing you guys then. We love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And this is Drake
and Rubie
with
Engaging Walk.
Signing out.
Love you guys. Bye.